You know, it's kind of funny how there's differences between what reviewers say and what people actually get. So like lots of reviewers will be like, oh, hey, go out and get the XPS 13. It's freaking awesome. And then in the real world, I see absolute loads of Zenbooks because really they're a good, you know, well, everyone just says they got them on sale. That's why you buy a Zenbook, because it's on sale. ASUS hopes probably to change that. Maybe they don't, I don't know. I see lots of them in the wild, so maybe they have a good thing going. But either way, we've got a brand new one here and I wanna check it out. It seems pretty legit. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Do you see that? The whole thing pops up when you open it up. It's kind of fancy. Ooh, wow. There's so much going on in this box. Like, do we have something back here? Oh, geez. Oh, it comes with a little, like, case. Your laptop's gonna get way less scratched when you throw it in bags or stuff. Feels kind of cheap though, but whatever. Ooh, this is a bad sign. So included, first of all, we have USB-A to Ethernet. I actually really like to see this. The thing that concerns me though, is we have a USB Type-C to Headphone Jack. Is there not one on here? There's no way. There's no way, guys, right? They wouldn't just can a headphone jack, would they?
They certainly would.
They certainly would. Yeah, I'm pretty concerned now. Let's see, what do we have for power? 65 watts, okay, so that's not too bad. Apparently you can charge, I think 60% of the battery in 50 minutes using this thing. Nope, nothing else. Here we go. The main show, it's light, wow. 2.5 pounds, which is what, like 1.3-ish kilograms? It feels really good, like just like this. I believe the whole thing is CNC machined aluminum. So it's not surprising that it feels good. Let's actually open it though. Wow, I really like the, I guess you could call it machining marks. I don't exactly know what it is, but the little texture that's on the back panel here just looks really nice. But the big question, oh my God, they did it, guys. No headphone jack. What are they thinking? It would have been tight, but also like, what the hell? Come on. I just want to be able to plug actual headphones in, especially since ASUS is kind of known for having good DACs. Oh yeah, I guess I can tell you what they actually included. So we do have a full-size HDMI, 2 USB Type-Cs, Thunderbolt? Yeah, they're both Thunderbolt. And then on the other side, we have a full-size Type-A and a micro SD card reader. It's kind of annoying that they don't have Type-C on both sides for charging, but it's a pretty small complaint. No headphone though. What the heck? I just got my fingerprints all over the back of this thing, and you can hardly tell. Let's start it up. And by it, I mean our sponsor transition to ModMic. With the Antlion Audio ModMic wireless microphone, you can attach the mic to your favorite headphones. It goes onto your headphones simply with a magnetic mounting system and has 12 hours of battery life, and you can also use it while it's charging. It has cross-platform compatibility and works with PC, Windows, Mac, and PS4. Check it out at lmg.gg/wirelessmodmic. Here we go. The bezels here are really thin, but the first thing that I noticed is that they're plastic. How expensive is this thing? Is this a budget-oriented device? Okay, as the plastic bezels suggested, this is not the most expensive laptop on the market. So for $1,100, you get an i7 1165 G7, 16 gigs of RAM, I believe a whole 1 terabyte hard drive, or SSD I mean. Yeah, and the 67 watt-hour battery, so those specs for that price, with like, you know, aluminum and stuff, it's actually pretty compelling as long as like, you know, the rest of it sort of falls in line. Wow. Just every time that I pick it up, I'm surprised by how light it is. Like, that would probably be the selling point for me personally with this thing. Apparently we got a full-blown calculator / numpad on our trackpad here. That's kind of weird, but if it works well, that's awesome, I guess. That was way more satisfying than I thought it would be. Let's start it up. Oh, come on, ASUS. So I realize this is probably a pre-production model, but like Windows isn't activated. I want to change the desktop background because it looks like they have just kind of like a compressed wallpaper here, so I can't really tell how good the screen is, but I can't change it because they didn't activate the damn thing. What? No, I don't want Linux wallpapers. I want Linus. There we go.
Charlie
Oh God.
Yeah.
My thoughts on the screen, just after, you know, this little bit of beauty got put on it, it's pretty good. So you have 3 options for the display that you get from this. There's a 300 nit 1080p, 400 nit 1080p, and I believe a 4K. You want to go for the 400 nit because it's also the one that consumes the least amount of power, surprisingly. So you get 400 nits, and at 150 nits, it only consumes 1 watt. So that means that if, you know, you can knock the brightness down a couple of notches, she goes for a long time. According to ASUS, this will last for 21 hours. I don't believe them. I think they're full of crap, but you're still probably gonna be able to get like 15 hours or something like that out of it, which is pretty awesome. Oh, also, lttstore.com. Get some boxers, they're nice. Actually, David, can you get in close on the trackpad here? Some kind of weirdness. I'm kind of sticking to it. I'm not a fan, they're kind of like sticking. I have noticed this before in ASUS laptops, and it's kind of gross, the solution. You just wanna really get your finger grease right into it, like get your hands kind of sweaty. Yep, move's good now. Just need that hand lube. That's pretty gross. While we're on the subject of the trackpad, how does this work? Okay, so you hold down for 1 second on the top right, and this comes up, and apparently it's able to tell the difference between me wanting to, you know, touch numbers and just using the trackpad. So let's see here, how good is it? Wow, that's actually quite impressive. It seems to be pretty good at noticing when like I want a number and when I don't. It is kind of not perfect. Like there are times when I was tapping kind of close to the top where it couldn't quite tell, but I imagine if you use it for a couple hours, you could easily figure out how to have it work every time. What's maybe the most interesting to me though, is that the switches on here, like the key switches, have 1.4 millimeters of actuation. So the Dell XPS 13 has 1. I think the XPS 15 has 1.3. HP is also around 1.3, 1.2, somewhere around there. So this is, for a thin and light, I believe the longest key travel you can get in a laptop right now. So let's see how it actually does. One thing that Dell and HP just miss on is the light piping in their keyboards. They just must not have enough experience, like, you know, RGBing things out like ASUS does for the, what's it called? Their Republic of Gamers. That's just blinked to the nines. And they've clearly, you know, taken that knowledge and put it into this, and it just looks fantastic. That said though, the keyboard itself gets a resounding fine from me. So if you look closely here, there is a bit of deck flex sort of around the key area. You're obviously not going to be pushing this hard, but I can notice it just a tiny bit when I'm actually typing. That said, what really appeals to me with this is that it's long enough. You have the 14-inch screen and you have just a tiny bit of bezels top and bottom. And for me personally, I can comfortably rest my hands on it. So if you have slightly larger hands and, like, you know, you just can't use a 13-inch laptop, this guy right here might be what you need if you want a thin and light. Then again, you could also just get the serviced laptop. Oh, I didn't check. Is this a touchscreen? Oh, no. Oh, geez. Is this really? I'm gonna just double check. It doesn't, oh, there isn't even an option for a touchscreen. What are you doing? Oh, that's, for me personally, in a thin and light, I find I constantly use the touchscreen. Like, you know, you're just like walking around with it and you'll be like, boop, 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 boop. Or maybe you're like kind of in an awkward position, like you're on the couch or laying like this right here, and it's way easier to just go like that instead of getting in here. Put a touchscreen on it, guys. Or what was it? What was he even saying? I was talking about something else before I realized that. Oh, the Tiger Lake processor. Okay, so the i7 1165 G7, that's a really stupid name, but anyway. You are at least going to be able to play video games on this. Like not full-blownsies, amazing details video games, but at the same time, 1080p medium in modern-ish games, not a problem. Which is pretty freaking awesome. You couldn't do that before. Now you can. Although you don't get a touchscreen. One area though that ASUS has the potential to claw back though is in upgradability. If you know there's some decent stuff on the inside here, for you, maybe that matters more than having like soldered RAM. The ability to upgrade it later is pretty awesome. This has been tough. I think I permanently bent the back piece of aluminum here, trying to get in. If you don't have an iFixit kit, just don't open this. You will destroy it. Like, I thought that under these feet there were screws, but there isn't. I pulled one of them off, and there's nothing under them. Oh, those bastards. So there are screws under the back feet, no screws under the front feet. We know that now. Probably would have made this a lot easier. Okay, we did it. Oh, it looks like it's still straight, so that's good. So we get loads of battery. That's kind of like, I think, the main selling point of this. You get, screw off, fly. You do get loads of battery though. I do think that the 67 watt hour battery is kind of the main selling point of this thing. That's way more than like the Surface laptop or the XPS 15. I think it's pretty similar to the Spectre. No upgrading the RAM though. Certainly not doing that. So there's also a 13-inch version of this, and it looks like that they haven't used any of the space that turning into a 14-inch afforded them. So we have just these huge gaps here, there's a gap there, heaps of space down here. It's not really a problem because you still get an absolutely massive battery, but I do kind of wish that they'd taken advantage of it a tiny bit more. So overall, buy it when it's on sale. That's about it. There's no headphone jack, that's, oh, fly. No touchscreen, okay keyboard. Buy it when it's $900 or $800. That's about where I'm at. I am really excited to see ASUS has a Zenbook Pro coming out soon with a 3x2 display. That could legitimately be like daily driver contention. Anyway, get subscribed for when we do get the Zenbook Pro with the 3x2 display in. Really excited about that, and just have a fantastic day. So long.